Hi guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel with me, Monique. Today for today's video I thought I would do something a little bit different than what I usually do on my channel. As you know, 2020 and now in 2021 we are still mostly staying at home. One thing that 2020 has brought back into my life is the joy of reading. Because of the amount of time that I got to spend at home, I actually picked up reading again. I have always loved reading since I was a kid and I always buy books. In the past few years, I've been buying a lot of fashion books or fashion related books, and they've just been sitting on the shelf with the excuse that I didn't have time to read. And last year that excuse was not valid anymore, so I picked up reading again, and it has bring me a lot of joy to actually read the books that I have been buying for years. So for today's video, I'm just going to do a little bit of a book review of these 3 books that I have completed reading recently. So these are the books. If you're new to my channel, I upload videos weekly about style, mindful shopping, travel, and everything in between. If you're not a subscriber already, I would really appreciate it if you would like to take the time and subscribe to my channel. These 3 books I have finished recently. Let me know in the comment section down below if you like this kind of content, and I will keep doing, mini book reviews in the future. Let's start with the first book. The first book is The Gospel According to Chanel by Karen Carbo, Life Lessons from the World's Most Elegant Woman. So it's all about Coco Chanel. I have a lot of books about Chanel, which I have now starting to read. Before, they're just sitting on the shelf. I like the other books about Chanel or Coco Chanel's life that are a little bit more serious. This is very fresh and fun. It has a lot of humor in it. If you want a light reading about Chanel, this is a good book for that. It touches about Coco's life and upbringing and her career, but not in a very stuffy, very serious kind of way. It is very light reading. I really enjoyed it. And the author Karen Carbo also tells a story about her journey in finding the perfect Chanel jacket. She wanted the Chanel jacket that was from Coco Chanel's time, not from Karl Lagerfeld's time. So there was also some personal stories about the author. Overall, in my opinion, this is a very entertaining book, very easy to read, perfect for a summer read. Take this on your vacation and read this by the beach or wherever you go. I would highly recommend this one. Next book is this book by Betty Halbrake. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. It's called I'll Drink to That. This was purchased a long time ago in 2013, and I've been wanting to read it, and I finally finished it. If you don't know Betty, she is the head of the personal shopping department called Solutions at the famous department store in New York City, Bergdorf Goodman. I found out about Betty because I watched the documentary movie Scatter My Ashes at Bergdorf's. If you haven't seen that movie and you like fashion, I highly recommend it. It is highly entertaining. There's so many designers in it talking about their experiences with Bergdorf's, and Betty was highlighted a lot in that particular documentary, and she released this book not long after that documentary. Actually, I got to meet her when we were eating at the Bergdorf's restaurant on the 8th floor, I think. So this book is kind of more like a memoir of her life, her childhood in Chicago, her married life. She moved to New York because she was married to her husband at that time, Sonny, and she was basically just doing what a housewife should be doing in the 50s. She had 2 kids and all that. She was trying to be the perfect housewife. It's kind of like a time capsule to what's going on in the 50s. So that was a very interesting read. She never had a job. She started working when she got divorced, and at first she worked for a famous designer, Jeffrey Bean, and then she finally ended up at Bergdorf Goodman, where she finally started this personal shopping department called Solutions. She has shopped for all the famous New York socialites, the politicians, some actresses like Candice Bergen, etc. Entertaining book. I love memoirs. I read mostly like memoirs and non-fiction most of the time. So the third book for today is this one by Bill Cunningham, and it's called Fashion Climbing. If you don't know Bill Cunningham, there is a documentary about him. He was an icon. Bill is an icon of the fashion week. He was the street style photographer for New York Times, and he was working for the New York Times for the longest time, and everybody knows him. It is such an honor to be photographed by Bill. If you are attending the fashion week and Bill happened to take a picture of you, it is such a great honor. Everyone knew Bill. You definitely should watch that documentary if you haven't already. Really entertaining documentary about his life as a street style photographer. This book is not about his career as a street style photographer. This book is a memoir about his career as a milliner. So he was a successful milliner before he became a photographer. He had a shop in New York in the 50s. His millinery business was actually quite successful until suddenly women just stopped wearing hats. So because of that, he started his career in journalism, and he started with the publication Women's Wear Daily, or WWD. This book was found in 2016 after his death, so this was published after his death. It is a very fun book. It's a glimpse of how fashion shows used to be in Paris back in the day, because the Paris was the pioneer of fashion. How they're so secretive about their new collection, because a lot of people tend to copy anything that comes out of Paris. Bill is just an icon. I am honored to have seen him a few times during the New York Fashion Week. He was always there. He was there every day. Any major fashion event in New York, he was always there, and it was always a pleasure to see him because he was always wearing that blue jacket that is so iconic. Okay guys, those are the 3 books that I have finished reading recently. Let me know if you enjoy this kind of video, and also let me know in the comment section down below your favorite book or a book that you have read recently. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and comment if you like this video. It will really help the growth of my channel. I'll see you on my next one. Bye!